Okay, so I'm going to try and move this on and see if we can get this whole thing kind of wired up. At the point where I left this last time, I just got the TMDB movie database class working, and that was running with some contract tests for that. I'd left the bearer token in the code, which I'd kind of removed to commit those changes. And so now I'm just going to add a little bit of code to allow me to inject that bearer token, which will be we'll put in here as the API key. So all I'm going to do is change that to a interpolated string. I'm going to pass a value there called this.api key. I'm going to create a constructor up here. That's going to be constructor, and that's going to have a private API key, which is going to be of type string. So hopefully that will work for that. That means now this won't work because it needs that API key there. And I kind of feel like what I want to do is just pass in the process.env API key. I could do this in a better way, but for the time being, this just seems like the easiest way to get stuff working. And to get an environment variable into there, that's going to say type undefined, and I'm just going to make that kind of stop complaining. I'm just going to do that so that it always has something. We can see that the tests there, stop those, stop all, change that to that, play those. We can see that's failing because it doesn't have the API key. So what I can do is go back to here. I'm going to create at the top level, I'm going to create a new file, and that's going to be called .envrc. And I'm going to use a little application called dir-env to basically auto-load these environment variables. So this is going to be called the movie database API key. And is that what I put in there? Did I put that? No, I didn't. Let me put that TMDB API key. There we go. Bring it right to here. I'm going to export that. Export. And that's going to be equal to, and I'm going to go back to here. I'm going to get that code, that key from there. Come back to here, paste that into there. So now we've got that. Once it's going to make sure that we've got in the .getignore file .envrc. Do I want that? Yeah, I think for the moment I do. Sometimes I'd kind of make this so that it can be kind of committed, but for the moment, because I'm actually putting the variables in there, I'm going to keep it out of Git. So that gives me then that file. Let me just see here if I've got that. So yeah, with the dir-env allow, that basically just kind of will load the contents of that and make sure these environment variables are set, which can then be picked up by process.env. So now we should find that these tests are passing and they are not. Why are they not passing? Let's just stop that and restart it. See if that works. No, it doesn't. So does that mean, it's possibly because, let me just go back. Let's load it. Let me go to here and we'll just go npm run test. And we should see, there we go. So it's running. It's just because the environment variable isn't available to IntelliJ because it wasn't started with that environment variable within the context. But we can see there that it is actually picking it up when it's running from the command line, and it has the environment variable in context. So that's fine. That's fine. What I'm also going to do is take this, I'm going to export this class, and I'm also going to copy it, actually move it from here. And I don't think it doesn't let me move it, does it? Can I move? Can I move from? To move. Okay, cool. So we've moved that there. Hopefully in here now that's all still working. Let's just check that that's all still working there. Which it is, that's good. And so let me just commit those changes. Minor refactor of DB, TeamDB implementation. Commit that. Go back to here. So what have we got? Interface got class, API key. That's running with the API key. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a Scratch file in here. Moving ratings. There we go. Move ratings, and I'm going to put in there get something along the lines of that. 3000. And we're going to do movie 1, 2, 3, 4. And so I think what we're saying is that when we run this, we should be able to get back some ratings. So we'll see if we can get that working. So I'm just going to go to here, create a new file, app.ts, and all I'm going to try and do is wire together the things that we've got, that we've kind of created so far. So I'm going to create const tmdb API key and make that equals process process.emb. I'm going to do that like that. What? .tmdb API key or that, so a different string there. I'm going to say create, I'm going to go const app equals, so we've got a create movie app, and that expects a movie service. So we can just check, create that movie service variable equals new movie service. And that movie service expects a movie DB and a TMDB. Got a little bit of inconsistency with the thing set, but we'll cope with it for the moment. Create that variable equals new movie in memory movie DB. That's expecting a list of movies, so let's give that an idea of 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll have a name of, let's go with The Shining. That's what I looked at earlier. Let's say it has votes 5, and it's going to have a TMDB ID of what was that? 694. And then we also want one of those, and that's going to be new TMDB, and that's expecting the TMDB API key. So now we've got some constants there, we've got our app, and now we should be able to go app.listen 3000. So that's all we've had to do to wire the application together. Get our API key, we inject that into the TMDB. Let's move that above there just so we've got it near to the API key. We've got our movie database. It's got an in-memory list there, which you wouldn't normally kind of do something like that, but we're just mocking stuff up at the moment. We've got our movie service and we've got our app. So in theory now, I should be able to go to package.json. I should be able to start that, perhaps. So hopefully that's running. And now when I go to here and I run that, I get back my movie. But I'm not getting. Oh, of course. I'm not getting my TMDB votes, or rating, I should say, because we don't have the context for that. So let's instead go to here to the terminal, and let's try npm run start, and let me just try running that again. And now we do have the TMDB rating 8.2. Let's go and check, and we do have we've got an 82% user score, so I'm guessing that's the same thing. Yes, a score distribution. So yes, it looks like we're on an 8.2 there. So that seems to me like that's working. So that's good. So I'm tempted to kind of leave that there as just the, wiring the app together. If we look at our to-do list, so we have now created an API. It is available over HTTP. We've said given a movie ID, allow votes to be registered for the movie. Don't worry about repeat votes. We haven't. That's not done yet. But we've got given a movie ID, retrieve the movie name, ID, number of votes, and rating from TMDB. We have done that. So we can tick that off. We can tick the top one off. We've just got that second one to do. So I think that'll be our. Give that a bit of a cross there. That one's still to do. That one is done. In fact, what we'll do. I'll keep that as it is there. But if we do I need to do that? There we go. So that's the first two steps done. And then we can look at the votes. But I'll leave that one there for the moment. Just commit those changes. What have we got? App.cs to do wired up application and demonstrated and updated to do. Cool.